My brothers and sisters, we live in a world where negativity spreads faster than light. Instead of lifting each other up, many of us choose to pull others down. Instead of being a source of goodness, we become carriers of darkness. But let me remind you, every word, every action, and even every thought has consequences. So today I say to you, stop spreading darkness. The power of words, my beloved brothers and sisters, words have power. More power than we sometimes realize. A single word can build someone up, and a single word can shatter them completely. Some of us say things so carelessly, without even thinking about how they might affect another person. We joke, we mock, we insult, and then we say, "Oh, I didn't mean it." But the damage is already done. How many times have we seen people lose confidence because of a comment made in passing? How many relationships have broken because of words spoken in anger? And how many hearts have been wounded because someone chose to be cruel instead of kind? My brothers and sisters, words can be sharper than a sword. You may forget what you said, but the person you spoke to might remember it for the rest of their life. Some of us don't just use words to hurt, but to spread negativity. We complain all the time, we gossip, we backbite, we speak as if it is our job to spread doom and gloom. Instead of encouraging people, we discourage them. Instead of lifting them up, we bring them down. Instead of using our words to heal, we use them to harm. And today, with social media, it's even worse. People type things they would never have the courage to say in person. They throw insults, spread false information, and humiliate others just for likes and comments. What happened to kindness? What happened to wisdom? My brothers and sisters, the tongue is a small part of the body. But if it is not controlled, it can destroy everything. We need to train ourselves to think before we speak. Is what I am about to say beneficial? Will it bring someone closer to Allah? Will it make someone smile, or will it cause harm? If our words are not bringing goodness, silence is better. If our words are not making the world a better place, we must rethink the way we speak. Because once words leave our mouths, we cannot take them back. Stop the habit of complaining. My beloved brothers and sisters, some people complain so much that it becomes their second nature. From the moment they wake up to the moment they sleep, it's just complaints, complaints, and more complaints. Nothing is ever good enough. The weather is too hot. The food isn't tasty. Work is stressful. The house is too small. Life is unfair. But let me ask you, has complaining ever solved the problem? Has it ever brought happiness? Has it ever changed anything for the better? Some of us complain so often that we don't even realize it anymore. We meet people, and instead of spreading positivity, we drain their energy. We focus only on what's wrong, never on what's right. And the worst part? Complaining spreads like a virus. If you sit with people who always complain, soon you will find yourself doing the same. A person who constantly finds fault in everything will never find peace. Instead of appreciating what they have, they waste time focusing on what they don't have. Then we have those who complain about people all the time. This person did this, that person said that. I don't like the way they talk. I don't like the way they dress. My brothers and sisters, life is too short to focus on the negatives in others. We must learn to let go and move on. Constantly complaining about people will not change them, will only fill our hearts with frustration and bitterness. And today, with social media, it's even worse. People complain about things they have no control over. They complain about politics, about celebrities, about things happening on the other side of the world that do not concern them. Instead of using their time wisely, they waste it arguing and spreading negativity. My brothers and sisters, imagine if we used that same energy to find solutions, to bring people together, to inspire and motivate. The world would be a much better place. We must learn to be grateful, to focus on the positives, to look for solutions instead of problems. When we stop complaining, we make space for contentment. When we stop focusing on what is wrong, we start seeing the blessings we already have. And when we replace complaints with gratitude, we will find true peace within ourselves. Social media, a tool for light or darkness? My beloved brothers and sisters, today we live in a time where social media is a part of our daily lives. Whether we like it or not, it has become a powerful tool that can be used for good or for harm. Some people use it to spread positivity, to share beneficial reminders, to uplift and inspire. Others use it to spread negativity, to attack, to gossip, to waste time. The question is, how are you using it? Some people spend hours scrolling, liking, sharing, but at the end of the day, they have gained nothing. They have filled their minds with unnecessary distractions and their hearts with things that do not bring them closer to becoming better individuals. My brothers and sisters, time is precious, yet We waste it watching things that do not benefit us, arguing with strangers, and engaging in discussions that have no purpose. Instead of using social media as a means to learn and grow, we allow it to consume us, to control us. Then we have those who use social media to spread hate. They criticize, mock, and attack others as if they are perfect themselves. They leave harsh comments without thinking about the damage they are causing. Some even humiliate people publicly, forgetting that behind every profile is a real person with real feelings. My brothers and sisters, we need to be careful. A single post, a single comment, a single share can either lift someone up or completely break them. Social media may be virtual, but the impact of our words is very real. And then there are those who use it to seek validation. They post just to impress others, to show off their wealth, their looks, their lifestyle. But my brothers and sisters, is this what life is about? Seeking approval from people who don't even know us? The more we rely on social media for happiness, the more we set ourselves up for disappointment. Real happiness does not come from likes and shares. It comes from contentment, from being at peace with who we are. We need to ask ourselves, is social media bringing us closer to goodness or taking us away from it? Are we using it to spread kindness or to spread negativity? Are we in control of it, or has it taken control of us? Because at the end of the day, the choice is ours. It can be a source of light or it can be a source of darkness. How we use it will determine which path we are on. Learn to forgive and let go. My beloved brothers and sisters, too many people walk around carrying the weight of past grudges, pain, and betrayal. They hold on to things that happened years ago, things that should have been left behind. But instead of moving forward, they replay the same hurt over and over again in their minds. And what happens? It eats away at their peace. It affects their relationships. It robs them of happiness. Some of us refuse to forgive, thinking that by holding a grudge, we are punishing the other person. But in reality, we are only punishing ourselves. The one who hurt you might have already moved on. They might not even remember what they did, yet you are still carrying the pain. You are still losing sleep over it. My brothers and sisters, forgiveness is not about justifying what someone did. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of bitterness. Then we have those who say, I will never forgive. But tell me, what do we gain from that? What benefit is there in holding on to anger? Some people are so consumed by their grudges that they miss out on life's blessings. They become bitter, always suspicious, always looking for reasons to be upset. They poison their own hearts while thinking they are proving a point, but in reality, no one suffers more than the person who refuses to forgive. And sometimes the hardest person to forgive is ourselves. Some people live in regret, constantly thinking about past mistakes, punishing themselves for things they can no longer change. But my brothers and sisters, if you have learned from your mistakes, if you have changed for the better, why are you still holding on to guilt? Let go. You cannot move forward while looking back. What's done is done. The only thing you can do now is improve, become better, and use your experiences to grow. Forgiving does not mean we forget, and it does not mean we allow people to hurt us again. It simply means we choose to free ourselves from the burden of resentment. We choose to focus on peace instead of pain. We choose to move forward instead of being stuck in the past. And when we learn to forgive, we make space for happiness, for healing, for true inner peace. Be the reason someone smiles. My beloved brothers and sisters, the world is already filled with hardship, struggles, and difficulties. People are battling their own challenges, fighting silent battles that no one knows about. Some are smiling on the outside but crying on the inside. Some have lost hope, waiting for just one moment of kindness to remind them that life is still beautiful. And you know what? You could be the one to bring that moment to them. A small act of kindness costs nothing, yet it can mean everything to someone. A simple smile, a kind word, a moment of patience, these are things that can change a person's entire day. But the problem is we have become so busy, so consumed with our own lives, that we forget to notice those around us. We forget to ask, how are you really doing? We forget that even the smallest gesture can make a big difference. Some people think that helping others requires wealth or grand gestures, but that's not true. You don't need to be rich to be kind. You don't need to be famous to make an impact. Just a few sincere words of encouragement, a listening ear, or even a silent prayer for someone can be more valuable than you realize. My brothers and sisters, if we knew the struggles people are going through, we would never waste an opportunity to be kind. But instead of spreading kindness, some people do the opposite. They make life harder for others. They speak harshly. They mock. They belittle. They forget that words have power. They can either heal or they can break. Imagine someone already feeling down, and instead of lifting them, we push them further into darkness. Is that the kind of impact we want to leave? Every single day we have a choice. We can be a source of comfort, or we can be a source of pain. We can make people smile, or we can make them suffer. And when we choose to be kind, when we choose to be the reason someone smiles, we not only brighten their day, we also bring peace and happiness into our own hearts.